removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay By Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosley Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosley.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Wonderful Monday afternoon to you, everyone, at the start of another week of The Real Issues. It is Monday, the 25th of August, 2025. Our program, as you know, airs weekdays from 12:30 until 2 p.m. on Real FM, the radio station that serves you on two frequencies, 91.3 megahertz for the north of St. Lucia and 91.5 for the south. Simulcasting on MBC Television, Channel 120 on the Flow Cable TV service. And we're also available on Facebook Live and YouTube live streaming. It is our final week of programming for the month of August because Friday will be the 29th, Saturday the 30th, and Sunday the 31st. So by the time we start another week, we will be in September territory the very first day of the month, next week, Monday. Hope you had a good weekend and hope you're having a good day so far. Looking forward to an enjoyable and productive week. Just make sure that whatever you add, enjoyable, productive, fulfilling, whatever, that you add safety to it. Folks, remember always to be safe. And the best way to be safe is to look out not only for your safety, but for the safety of others. We are inextricably interwoven, and trying to take care of ourselves without looking out for others is one of the greatest follies. And you know what normally pushes me down that road, on the road over the weekend, and really upset at what I'm seeing and wondering whether there are not more people who are upset about it. There was a period of very heavy rainfall. In fact, you know the effect that rainfall had. It led to the cancellation of an eagerly anticipated CPL T20 game here in St. Lucia. And I mean, I was on my way to it, and once I saw the kind of rain, just when I'm about leaving home, I would have been a bit late. I said, ain't no cricket taking place. I decided to head in another direction. Went more towards the south to visit my people down in, the Monrepo area and so on. And at some point, I wished I hadn't done so because the rain was so heavy that I put my wipers at maximum and I still had difficulty seeing and navigating the road. At one point, I thought of just stopping, turn off my headlights, put on my flashers, but I decided to go on. Maybe there would be a break in it. There were a couple of breaks, but then it resumed again. But, the real funny thing was that after the rain is blinding you, people were blinding you, even when there's a little break, with their headlights and their fog lights and their all kinds of lights at some point or the other. I thought of putting on my fog lights, but then I said, okay, you put on your fog lights. Is that really going to help? Does the rain condition, or is it just drive very slowly and so on? But even when there is no rain, you find some people on the road and you whether they should be driving at all, whether they ought to be on the road. Should those people have been entrusted with a driver's license? Because they don't seem to know or to care about the need to dim their lights when approaching oncoming traffic, that's traffic coming from the other direction, or even when you meet pedestrians. And I remember that's one of the basic things they showed you in driving school in the theory test, that, when you see pedestrians, you should dip your lights for them because you can actually blind them and disorient them. And they not knowing where they are, they can actually step into the road. And if it were just a matter of not dimming the lights, but they're not dimming lights, which last I remember, these lights are not regulation lights. These white LED lights. I think the law somewhere, it states about our light should be of the orange or amber colored lights. Right now is white LED lights. And if it were just white LED lights, it is a matter of flashing or flickering lights. They have headlights, but the headlights have something where they come on bright, they go back dim, they come on bright. So it's like you're dealing with some kind of strobe, like you're in a discotheque, mirror ball effect and so on. I mean, this is just crazy and absolutely lawless. Now, I don't expect police, with so many other things they have to do, with all these shootings and so on, to be chasing after people on the highways for lights. But we have a vehicle inspection process. It's supposed to take place every year for the renewal of your license and insurance and whatever. Maybe if it is not already done, we need to make this part of the inspection. The garages and so on, without telling people they're supposed to go and to put on the lights and to note whether the individual has regulation orange amber lights, or whether they have these LED lights, whether they have flickering lights, and to make a little note without them knowing the kind of lights that they have. Don't quarrel with them before next thing they want to shoot, some garage operator or whatever. But make a note so that by the time it gets to the ministry, the Transport and Licensing Division, the Ministry of Infrastructure, that they know there is something. In other words, it's been flagged already. We need to do that. And some of the people who have it, taxi drivers, minibus operators, the same ones who don't dim their lights, they have the white LED lights. They don't dim them. They have the flickering lights. At the same time, they have the fog lights. Another thing that I see is happening now is that sometimes you are confused as to whether it's an emergency vehicle or not, because the guys have a kind of, taxi drivers have some blue neon lights and whatever on their vehicles that you see taxis displaying, but you wonder if it's an ambulance, if it's a police vehicle. If people inadvertently or not are beginning to impersonate emergency vehicles, that's another layer of trouble that we are in. We have to look out for those things. Where is our highway patrol, especially in the night? But if they cannot be there or they're otherwise engaged, then maybe we need to look at the vehicle inspection process. The other thing that we have now are flashing brake lights. I always know that your backlights, which when you press it, it becomes brighter, so that the brake light and the backlight are the same, except that as you tap your brakes or press it, the red backlight becomes even brighter. Is that right now we have flashing backlights. So it's not a case of a solid red or whatever. It's a case of a red, that is flash. What is going on there? Since when do brake lights need to be flashing? All of this is having a disorienting effect. And when you're dealing with all of those things, and at the same time, 3, 4, 5, 6 bikers decide, where there is a long line of vehicles in opposing lanes, opposing directions, that this is the time that they have to, you can hardly manage to keep your eyes focused. These guys are rushing at you. And to make matters even worse than that, lights on vehicles are not just for illumination, and they certainly are not for style and fashion. They are there for illumination so that drivers can see. They are there for visual perception and acquisition so that you can know another vehicle is approaching. Even before you see a vehicle, you see a light round the corner, So you know there's a vehicle coming. And lights are positioned on vehicles to give you a sense of the dimension of the vehicles you're dealing with. Notice headlights are never placed in the center. They're placed on the outer edges of the vehicle. So are park lights. So that once you see that vehicle, you know, okay, how wide it is. Lights give you a sense of how far the vehicle is, how quickly it is closing in on you, or how quickly you closing in on it. You have a sense of distance. You have all those sorts of things. Now I see people taking lights. They put in the lights, in the center, arranging the lights. So what you think is a motorcycle is actually a full-width vehicle, but they now have lights placed in the center of the grille so that you believe it's a much narrower vehicle than it is. I mean, all kinds of things. People are under the concept that lights are for show-off, that lights are for style and fashion. We need to do something. Ticket some people, refuse to approve their vehicles, refuse to tell them they don't pass the inspection, and the reason is because they have whatever it is on. We need to do those kinds of things. It is dangerous. Last night when I reached the Abattoir, I'm seeing a couple of cable and wireless or whatever vehicles flew. And I figured that maybe with all the rain, they out checking out, some lines or whatever, only to see that they were trying to help somebody who had drained. Person in a car, coming back, the person was still there. The vehicle was still in the drain. And I said, I wonder if not with all this rain and so on, maybe all those crazy lights at the same time, the individual just could not make sense of the road. Where is the road? Where is the drain? The other thing too, with all that rain, Terry, isn't that something that they knew? That hydroplaning or aquaplaning, when you have a lot of water and the wet road, that, you may lose control, you have to drive carefully and so on. People don't seem to care about that anymore. Anyway.
It's no longer a thing. You're just reckless.
Anyway, it seems a lot of people driving vehicles that ought not to be driving, and this needs to be checked out.
Yes, man. As you say, the lights, Shelton, I had an experience on Saturday after the cricket. I could have drained myself, but the lights blinded me. I had to stop the vehicle in the main road. At least we realized, then he put it off. And then I said, bro, come on.
And then stopping has its own perils, because somebody behind you may not, and they may crash
into me. Yeah. So I had it just by the stadium, and it actually, I'm saying now, if you have to join them.
Yeah.
I may have to change my lights too. Maybe that's not the best thing.
Yeah.
But Shelton,
the number of times
I have to fight fire.
The number of times I have to flash my brights because somebody just will not dim. Yeah. And it's only when you flash your own brights at them, then it seems they realize, this is something that should be a reflex, for you.
Yes.
Anyway, let me go on to something else quickly, Terry, and I'll come over to you. Look, I don't know how many of us, back in the day, and by which I mean back in the pre-internet days, used to indulge, or at least can recall, the thrilling crime fiction novels of Agatha Christie, John Creasy, with his Inspector West novels, and Earl Stanley Gardner, Perry Mason, and there were many others. So remember that a key element of the suspense that made us so enthralled by their novels and so on, it was often a plot about somebody being framed, somebody framing somebody, setting them up, as we like to say, to make it look like they committed the crime as a means of some vindictive act, or simply taking the spotlight of themselves and so on. We have maybe all grown up considering the framing of someone to be among the most heinous and despicable acts that can be committed against another person. The contradiction, the irony, the duplicity, the hypocrisy of organizing a protest that is ostensibly, purportedly supposedly against the denigration of women by a certain government minister, and at the same time, at that same protest, setting up, assigning, prepping, and wiring, having recording things on her and so on, maybe strapped to her, whatever. A woman, you make him do that. A woman, you have a protest against a minister who you say is always denigrating women and insulting women and this sort of thing. But the best thing you can do at that same protest is to set up, is to wanger a woman to go and to try to frame, yes, that despicable crime, to frame another government minister. Can you imagine that? To attempt to frame that minister of government by falsely accusing him of physically assaulting the woman who was sent on that mission, in the course of what video evidence clearly shows to have been an amicable and good-natured conversation or exchange between the woman and that minister. So here you are complaining about women being verbally disparaged, but you are using one of the very women whom you have selected to stage that revulsion as bait to entrap Minister Hilaire in that most repugnant of acts, framing, including making a false report about Minister Hilaire to the police, which is worse, which is more disdainful, which is more contemptible. What Richard Frederick said about Lisa Joseph needing to whatever, make her peace with God and whatever because of her chemo and this kind of thing, which is worse than to send a woman on a mission to try to frame Ernest Hilaire, to claim Ernest Hilaire put his hand on her back and shoved her, pushed her out of the Parliament building, when the video evidence clearly shows that nothing shall go so. Which is worse. Tell me what Richard Frederick said. Is it actionable? Is it criminal? Is it something for which he can be arrested or prosecuted? But when you go making a false report, making a false complaint, trying to implicate, and that word again, to frame somebody, tell me, isn't that one which is actionable in law? And the police will have to make a decision, if they haven't made it yet, whether they will let this slide or pass, as they allow so many things to do, or whether they will take action against it. What Richard Frederick said about what Lisa Joseph, or what that woman was deliberately set up to try on Ernest Hilaire, which one is clearly criminal, and which one is merely a matter of opinion, objective, and often convenient value judgments. I will end here by telling you, because there's a lot of talk about Christianity and doctrine and religion these days, on the political platform. Sometimes you have difficulty differentiating where the religious pulpit ends and where the political platform begins, because people are drawing their religion with all their flawed understanding of basic Christian theology and so on. But Jesus Christ told his closest disciples shortly before he was crucified, a servant is not greater than his master. And he went on to say, if they have hated me, they will hate you also. He had previously told them, and I think that's somewhere in Luke 11 or somewhere there, that the disciple is not greater than his master, but the disciple who is well-trained shall be like his master. If the servant in this attempted framing scenario has behaved like a heartless, unconscionable, impenitent scumbag, it is probably because that servant has been well-trained and put up to that despicable duty by an even greater ruthless scumbag of a master. That woman who did that, she has to be castigated. She has to be turned into for that kind of behavior. She probably is a mother and all of that. She should have a strong sense of do unto others as you'd like to do unto you. But as in everything else such as warfare, the soldiers who carry out the orders are never held to book, are never held to account, are never held as responsible as the commanders who give the order. Whoever, because that woman didn't conceive of that on her own, I'm sure of that. Whoever is the person who planned this thing, who set it up, who ordered that woman, who put her up to that person is an even worse scoundrel and scumbag than the woman herself. And I think we all have a good idea who it is. Terry.
Shelton me perform sai. Ek nakadu maka sukwela me ek PS UWP. Bishop from I even heard a former top cop call into a program and said, well, when there's a good nature, you could see these are two people who know each other. You know, he extended his hand. He said, that is battery. I mean, people will just, you know, they'll not defend what is right, you know. They'll defend who they like. And it's amazing to see people who know better, who twist and contort themselves to please a side. Do you know what is right and what is wrong? Don't tell me what you saw there amounted, you know, to battery. People just Google. Let's not waste time. Can we go on to some happy matters?
Take it away from there, my brother.
Shekwan, yeah, I'm not talking too much today. I'm going to let the French ambassador do some talking for me. You see, I told you already. You see, tale of two prime ministers, measured and doing the right thing, because leadership is about doing the right thing, you know. The right thing to do. And we have the French ambassador to the OECS. Let's listen to him in his high praise of our prime minister.
Is your government satisfied that we've been able to utilize what has been given so that we can improve healthcare for our citizens?
Well, there is an element which is not necessarily known by the public but deserves to be known. When we organize, especially for emergency situations, transfer of people to the hospital in Martinique, when we use a helicopter, for instance, and this is a case almost, I would say, every fortnight, it has a cost. For many years, there was a debt from St. Lucia towards the hospital. This debt has been paid. And for this...
It's paid in full now?
Absolutely. And for this, we are extremely thankful. We salute the decision of the government, which is not an easy one, but this is a sign, I would say, of great trust, if not absolute trust, in our system. I salute, again, the decision of the government and of the Prime Minister, who came himself announcing it.
Leadership. And our Prime Minister went over himself with Jeremiah, I'm forgetting his portfolio, Minister of Crime Prevention and Persons with Disabilities. And he made sure he cleared that debt, because we have to access healthcare. There are services that we may not be able to provide. Well, we can provide here. Martinique has it. And that debt has been accumulating. And Sheldon, what reminds me, you know, that $500 million that was borrowed, people gave for COVID and to pay out, never paid. But Philip J. Pierre, able to manage, thank you, Titus, handle things. And one of the things he realized is that that debt could not continue. It's cleared. It's at zero. And so we can start afresh again. And the French authorities are extremely happy with our Prime Minister. You see? What did the other side do? They called Cayman Health City. And instead of paying down the payables at OKEU and others, they decided to give Cayman $1 million every month for 2 years.
So Terry, let me ask you this. Yeah. How come the same people who were crying how the country is broke, that they could find money to do all these things for Cayman Health City, for
Ojo Labs, everybody,
for Ojo Labs, for Sandals? So it's only as it pertains to the beneficial interest of the local people, the St. Lucian people, the majority black people. That's the only time when money is scarce. When money is scarce. You don't have money. The country is broke. But you can find l'argent golo.
That's right.
To give away like that.
Yeah.
I mean, what does that tell us? And people are crying when we talk about the behavior smacks of racism.
Yes.
You know, go ahead, Terry. Go ahead.
You know, it's I mean, it tells you where your priorities are. And Philip J. as the leader that you are, ensuring that our people are taken care of. So when we have emergencies and there are situations in Martinique in the health services, the French authorities can say, yes, let us go ahead, Shelton. I mean, let us operate. The bill will be settled because we have a man of integrity as our leader. And Shelton always tells you that you must back your leader. Now, before we continue on that, because I'm coming to Danny Butcher, Shelton, everybody's on my case there for Danny Butcher. He's coming after the break. But you know what? There's a song I was telling Shelton I like a lot, Black Hat Man by Bunny Wheeler. And there's a line, you know, there are certain songs, you know, the catchphrases. I wish I was a songwriter because the woodcraft. You know, when you listen to the Eagles Hotel California, yes. You could check out any time you want, but you can never leave. Yeah. You know, you listen to Toto in Anna, I will love you forever and a day. You know, and these things just sit properly, you know. And Bunny Wheeler's song it says, you know, wisdom is found in the simplest of places in the nick of time. And Sheldon, I saw a video over the weekend, and I was like, but that's my partner. He does odd jobs for me. We never spoke politics, but he's paying attention. You see, he looks ordinary. He looks, now I don't want to say that, okay. You know, on the streets as though, you know, he doesn't have owner, etc.
He looks like your average guy.
Yes, yeah. And then I listened to him and I was like, he's paying attention. And there's a lot like that. So Shaquan, just let's play him before the break. That's my little partner there from Bagatelle. Let's play him. Let's listen.
Big up to the Prime Minister, you know. Do all the good work you're doing. God will lift you up high. Give praises to you. I know you're my neighbor.
But Abattoir all over the place ring the bell. PM ring the bell for them already at the church. Those people are kind of people of bad habit. UWP, they really have bad habit. A government like that is moving so fast and smoothly and doing so much of a good things there. I don't know why they want to put out that government. Yeah, but I mean that government, you pass in there, ring the bell. What bell they want them to ring? They're not hearing the church bell is ringing. Yeah, anyway, that's nice about it. Let's continue with that government there. With bad habit have all over the place ring the bell. PM ring the bell for them already at the church. Those people are kind of people of bad habit. UWP, they really have bad habit. A government like that is moving so fast and smoothly and doing so much of a good things there. I don't know why they want to put out that government. Yeah, but I mean that government, you pass in there, ring the bell. What bell they want them to ring? They're not hearing the church bell is ringing. Yeah, anyway, that's nice about it. Let's continue with that government there.
Oh man, wisdom is found in the simplest of places, you know. I interact with him all the time. And, you know, I'm not even aware that the man is following the politics and is aware, Shelton. And if he is, because there are a number of people I meet every day, and I know that they are following and listening to the young man there. He goes about this business, does odd jobs for you, you know. He doesn't say much, you know. He looks as though, you know, he's not aware. But he's fully aware. And UWP is, according to Dread Cookie, it ain't looking good for you, huh? It ain't looking good. Because the people are understanding, you know, they're getting the message, you know, they're understanding what is happening. They are seeing, and you can't, Cambridge Analytica, it can't work. So if you can't fool my little brother there, who I thought was not paying attention, I thought he had no interest in politics. He could tell you, this government is moving smoothly. Listen to his language, man. Smoothly and nice. Philip J. is leading from the front, sharing the pie, and you all want to ring the bell. Ring the bell. The church bells are ringing, he told you. You understand? Relax yourself. So I am extremely happy when I heard, I was extremely happy when I heard that. I was like, wow, Shelton, our work is not in vain. People are listening and they're getting the message, and they are more like that. Now I know those of you anxious. Once Shelton allows me, afterwards you'll have Danny Butcher, and I brought a stub because I have to contrast that. So Shelton, I think we are about ready for a break, and then we shall be back.
You got the hang of it now.
Oh yes, man.
Now I don't have to remind you about the bricks and so on. You got the hang of it. Real Issues powered by Blue Waters. We take our first break. When we come back, Terry Fenelon is going to continue, and when he gives the signal, we'll be opening the phone lines for your calls and looking out for your messages as well.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real Issues, 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene of vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosley Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosley.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Powered by Blue Waters with me, Shelton Daniel, accompanied by Terry Fenelon at the start of another week. Today, the 24th of August 2025. And Terry takes it from here. I think he's already got some videos and other stuff lined up.
In terms of candidate selection, I tell you, Shelton, this youth rally, which turned into a march against violence, it rocked me. There were people I was listening to for the first time. Miss Harrison, oh my gosh, we'll feature you at some point. But the man of the hour, the man who Dr. Anthony passed the baton on to, oh la la.
The man who slaughtered the youth.
Oh man, the butcher.
The butcher.
You know, you hold back and you say, boy, ça fait ça.
Yeah.
Educator, and what I liked, man, he went up there extemporaneously. And he delivered. It doesn't, the land that people are like, he doesn't reject it, you know. No, man, the man came with a substance. I heard there was a Sunday fun in Soufre, and all we were hearing is this. This one has your force. This one, magic. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to sit back. Take your if you are having your meal, you know, whatever it is, take a cup of water or some juice, you know, not too sweet. Put your feet up. If you have popcorn, have it there. And let's engage in some fine dining as we welcome, I'm already about to say the great Danny Butcher. Let's roll it.
I'm sure that as a young person, you have a place in the Solution Labour Party. Your future is bright in the Solution Labour Party. We believe in you. We love you. And by our works, you would know that we believe in your success and your future success. Don't let anybody make you feel, because of your background and your age and where you're from, that you are not as important. Don't let anybody make you feel so. Don't let anybody make you feel irrespective of who you are and the fact that you don't have a great surname, that you cannot run for elective politics. Don't let anybody fool you with this. Listen to me, and listen to me carefully. This party believes, irrespective of your background, irrespective of your age, irrespective of where you're from, that you could still run for elective office in this country. And I am saying this because right now even the South has gone through a tough time in recent past. Just because Clifford South has gone through challenges in recent past, that they believe that they can paint Clifford South as an area of darkness and gloom just so that they can score cheap political points. But I want them to know this evening that Clifford South still remains a wonderful place. I want them to know that there are still great sportsmen in Clifford South. I want them to know that Clifford South still performs with excellence at C-Sec and at Cape. That Clifford South performs with excellence at C-Sec and at Cape. Clifford South still has young people that believe in work and they want to be entrepreneurs and they want to contribute to the economic development of this country. A living testimony. I am a living testimony that your surname cannot be great. Where you're from cannot be great. Your family background may not be great. But you could still aspire for excellence. I am the son of a janitor and a cook. I say that again, because maybe you missed it. I am the son of a janitor and a cook. All you Russians know who the cook is. Very shoo-shoo cell I'm talking about. But I am the son of a janitor. And I know the Prime Minister often tells you that he is the son of a teacher and a policeman. And he has every right to praise the people who have poured into him so much. But I want to tell you today that the son of a janitor, the son of a teacher, the son of a policeman, the son of a cook, the son of a nurse could run for elective office in this country because this party believes in you. This party believes in you. This party believes in your success. And don't let anybody fool you and tell you that you cannot aspire for greatness. We have already heard from the other speakers before us of the wonderful work that this party has done. You heard from Senator Jawari. You heard from Honorable Girard. You heard from Kenson. You heard from Jeremiah. And you heard from Dr. Harrick saying the kryptonite for the man who thinks that he's Superman in Mickey's house. You heard from them. And I will not spend time to recap the wonderful policies and practices of this government, because you know what this government has done for you. But here is what I want to tell you. My question for you this evening is, with all of the information you have received, what information you have received. Well, I am going to make 3 points and then I'll go to my seat because People South is about to beat Mabia Valley in a football match just now. And I want to go to win. Maman, monsieur. C'est ça qui nomme. C'est ça qui nomme. Pour venir la caillou à dire ça qui nomme. C'est ça qui nomme. I will not recap what the government has done. But I want to make 3 points on what you should do now with the information you have received. Point number 1. I want you to be proud of the legacy of your party and defend it with every fiber of your being. I will say it one more time. I want you to be proud of the legacy of the St. Lucia Labour Party. Be proud of your government and defend your government with every fiber of your being. Now is not the time to be weak. Now is not the time to be fickle. Now is not the time to be disorganized. Strengthen your sinews, gird your loins, and stand strong for the St. Lucia Labour Party. Every young person here is called to stand for the Labour Party. Defend your party. Don't be ashamed to defend your party. People defending all kind of foolishness, all kind of craziness, and your party doing all kind of wonderful things. You have youth economy, paying for CSEC, and you're afraid. Defend your party, man. But in order to defend your party, you must be first knowledgeable of what your party has done for you. And I want to give the young people here some homework. I want to give you some homework. I was a teacher for almost 2 decades. You must be saying 20 years and then looking young, so. I was an educator for 20 years, and I used the tense was because I did the honorable thing and I resigned. No fool for. I was an educator for 20 years, and so I'm going to give you some homework. If you are going to defend your party with pride and excellence, you must first be knowledgeable of what your party has done for you. And so, I want you to take the necessary steps to educate yourselves on what the St. Lucia Labour Party has done for you. This is the business end of this address. Educate yourselves on what the party has done. Go to your parliamentary representative. Go to your candidate. Read the party's policy statements on the different areas for economic development. Visit the government websites, and as young people, educate yourselves on the work of your great government. And when you educate yourself on the work of your great government, you will be able to defend your party because you have the knowledge. But I also see some young people, I also see some senior people here. And I have homework for you too. Because you came here, they tell me it's a youth vibe. But according to Sean, he said it is. When you move in this life, when you first see your trip, and you came here, and I have homework for you as well, the senior people among us. You too must become part of the education process of our young people. You must teach our young people that what they have inherited, that it has not always laptops. You must teach them that we did not always have a youth economy. You must teach the young people that what they have inherited, it came through sweat and struggle and hard work, and they need to respect it. And when you would have taught them, then they will be able to defend the party. When you would have taught them, then they will be able to defend this government in the streets. They will defend this government in the schools. They will defend this government on social media. They will defend this government at work. They will defend this government in private places. They will defend this government in public places because they believe in this government. And so point number one, be proud of the work and the legacy of your government, and defend your government with every fiber of your being. That's point number one. Point number two, I'm taking my time. Will you see the next? I'm taking my time. Point number two, as a young person, you must prepare yourself for governance. I will say that again, this is not only about entertainment. This is about your future. This is about your success as a young person. And as a former educator, I am telling you as a young person, you must prepare yourself for governance. Get trained. Do your CDQ training. Finish your degrees. Look at your community and look at what are the social problems and environmental problems affecting your community, and develop proposals that will solve those issues and become a champion for change in your community. Prepare for governance. You know, after this election is done, we're not letting you fall by the wayside. We're not just using it. They look at that every time I'm here. Girl, give me a few more minutes and then I finish. You guys say, jumping from South Live, get forward. Listen. Almost done. And the third point. Now that you know that your party loves you. Now that you know that your party trusts you. Now that you know that your party believes in you. Now that you know that your party has created an environment for you for social change and economic development, there is the third point. And according to the Prime Minister, there is the third point. All of this is not possible if you do not do the third point. And the third point is, when the election is called, I said, when the election is called, you must go out and vote. You must make sure you cast your ballot on the side of the St. Lucia Labour Party. And you cannot vote alone. Bring somebody with you. Hold on, let me get a little more time. I am always amazed how sometimes young people in Labour, we stay home and we don't vote for the simplest of reasons. Ou pas jouer un t-shirt, ou pas voter. Ou pas jouer un whistle, ou pas voter. Non, madame, pour changer basse là ou assise en l'air, ou pas voter. But listen to me carefully. The price is bigger. And if you want this government to stay in office and in service, you must go out and vote. And if you go out and vote on election night, when the results must come in, we will pick them in the east, we will pick them in the west, we will pick them in the north, and when we reach Newport South, I said when we reach Newport South, tout le monde can vote, but when we reach Newport South, you can pay vote, and we will clip the wings of the United Workers' Party and return this government into office. Long live the St. Lucia Labour Party. Long live the young people of Newport South.
Wow, wow, wow. That is how you conduct a Sunday rally. You come with substance. Pièce mépris. Nothing to insult anybody. No ad hominem attack. This young man was on fire. He was not scripted, you know. Other people are scripted and they're still talking magic. Spoke from the heart. And he spoke directly to our young people especially. Educate yourself about what the party has done. And Shelton, we're going to continue this education process. Because, look, just a while ago there, 20, 40 minutes ago, the OS just released, press release from the Ministry of Education, OS scholarships. Shelton, I send you that, but we may not be able to put it on the screen. Endless scholarships, because we are actively pursuing that one university graduate per child policy. And we are very strident in that, you know. We have to ensure that we have an educated workforce. And you heard Danny Butcher, educate yourself about the work of the government and also educate yourself. Make use of the programs that are available. Get off the blocks. Go to the TVET unit. Go to the TVET schools. Do, you know, avail yourselves of the opportunities that present themselves. Look, they just released OS scholarships again. Opportunities galore for young people. And that's what we encourage you to do. And it says, of course, if you want to protect that and you want to protect the gains that we have made, you have to be responsible. You have to go out and vote. And not just a vote, you know. Vote for the star, the St. Lucia Labour Party. I mean, when you hear that kind of rhetoric coming from a platform, you know, you have eaten, you have been fed, and you go thinking about what you heard. Not this diatribe and nonsense and Richard Wedwick, Richard and Bolom and Lajables nonsense.
The Bolo. Cornelia Jacob has been moved to send me one line, very few words message. That's my MP.
That's right.
Not quite, Cornelia. Not just yet.
It will happen.
I know you'll go to vote, you know, but as Danny said, make sure you bring about 50 people with you. Yes. Even more.
Oh man, this is the caliber of candidates we have. Not the London people are like the London people. So Danny, I'm proud of you. I've not yet met you, you know, but we will meet. Now, Sheldon, I just showed you one of our ardent listeners and followers wanted us to loop Jacqueline, the little clip of Mato with Ring the Bell. So just loop that again. And I mean, that will take us to the break, Shelton, and then we'll open the lines. We're not saying much today. It's up to you. So let's hear from Mato again.
Bad habit have all over the place. Ring the bell. PM ring the bell for them already at the church. Those people are a kind of people of bad habit. UWP, they really have bad habit. A government like that is moving so fast and smoothly and doing so much of a good things there. I don't know why they want to put out that government. Yeah, but I mean that government. You pass in there, ring the bell. What bell they want them to ring? They're not hearing the church bell is ringing. Yeah. Anyway, that's nice about it. Let's continue with that government there.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene, vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway, call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boosts your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosile Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Our telephone lines are open now for your calls. The numbers to dial, you can WhatsApp call us on 487-9849. That's 487-9849 with a 758 in front, of course. And you can also use our local landline 4533-911. We have a message which says the law prohibits the addition of lights to vehicles after importation. I can't remember the act number. And the police didn't seem to know that or did not enforce it. Do we have a call on the line? Yes, we do. You're on the air. Real Issues.
Good afternoon, Shelton.
How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Good afternoon, Terry.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Terry, Shelton is owing lots of money in the family court, you know.
What's that?
Shelton is owing lots of money in the family court.
Oh, of course. I know that.
That's a watching Danny Butcher there. That's Shelton's son, you know, Missy.
Yeah.
That is Shelton. That is Shelton at his best, man. Riveting, biting. The man is precise. The man on target. And one thing that will stick with me from Danny Butcher, when he said that he did the right thing. He did the noble thing. He's a teacher. And he go in accordance with the rules and regulations. He's not like the other guys. You know what I'm saying? He resigned. That is a man of honor. And that is a man that the people of Beaufort South need to go out, as he say, in large numbers and make him the MP for Beaufort South. That man is a true testimony of what Dr. Von Louis said, that the substance of governance is on the side of the St. Lucia Labour Party. That man look like a Martin Luther King, you know. You could see that he have a lot to offer, and I sense that man is a genuine man who love his people, and he will do well. Now, okay. Shelton, I realize these days the opposition members involved in doing step work. One was in the San Francisco area with a weed eater, you know, the step work that they punish the 6 members of the Labour Party in not giving them nothing. All of a sudden now they're in opposition and they want to do step work, you know. I'm saying to the people of this country, do not be deceived. Do not be deceived. Stay focused and stay with the St. Lucia Labour Party. We need to give the Labour Party another term in office to continue the work that they have started. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a good afternoon.
All right, thank you. We continue taking your calls. We have someone else on the line. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Sheldon. Good afternoon, Philo.
Hi, good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon. I called to support my partner, Gasper, here on the line. I endorse everything he said. And I want to add that Danny Butcher was properly groomed by Dr. Kenny Anthony. Mm-hmm. So what you see there, it didn't happen overnight. It's over a period of time. Being in the camp, he has developed those kinds of skills.
And being tutored by the best.
That's it, by the best. Mm-hmm. And wait till you hear Danny Butcher speak Creole. Just wait till you hear. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Now, a point I want to make. I'm not going to hold the line. Where was Alan Chasney born?
His father told me. His father told me he was born in Martinique.
In Martinique?
Yeah.
So if Alan Chasney could not pay a bill on behalf of the government of St. Lucia to the country where he was born, what do we expect him to do for St. Lucia? Gentlemen, have a nice day.
All right, thank you very much. I wonder if Martinique will disinherit him. Yes. 487-9849 and 4533911. The numbers to dial. We're taking your calls until 2 o'clock, and I think someone else is waiting. Hi, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, gentlemen. Good day.
Yeah, speak up a bit for us.
Very good, very nice. Oh, I just do not know what to say from that presentation. That is a replica of Kenny Anthony. Mm-hmm. You know one thing he said, I don't know, when he said, long live, and I know that is my Kenny Anthony in the Teachers Union. Long live. You know that's where we got that. Mr. Terry.
Yes.
Yeah, long live the Teachers Union. Long live. Mm-hmm. Long live the Labour Party. Long live. Yeah. This man is great. He is just like, well, as handsome as Kenny Anthony. And he is just, he can do his presentation well. I don't know how to describe him, but I know. Not even just the voting. From the time people look at him, they will not even remember the other faces on the ballot paper. You know? So Viewfort people, you have the man. The man you had and you now have. So don't let it go. Hold on to this man. And I know he has the push of the mighty Kenny Anthony at his side to encourage him even more. So keep on, members, people of Viewfort South. Yes, do what you have to do when the church bell is ringing. So we don't want to talk about bell ring. I like that one. The church bell is ringing all the time.
This is a clip of the week.
Just wait for the day when they will call for the election. Be prepared to go all out. As he said, take somebody with you. Don't go alone. Don't kill the young people. Don't stay behind. You always want to say, You are I don't want to vote. I don't want. You have to
vote
because you need to put somebody in to help you along. All right. So make sure that you go out to vote. I thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. She's saying that Danny has some serious wind under his wings there,
yes,
you know. We have another call on the line. Real Issues, you're on the air. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Why that pause before when I say you're on the air? You're taking what your little drama?
Because
your little dramatics you trying on me again. Anyway, go ahead. Today I giving you a little, giving it to you a little light, you know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Ordinarily, when I answer, I hear somebody else. So I have to make sure that you're actually speaking to me, so I can respond. Okay?
You better do a little sweep of wherever you are for ghost and this kind of things, because it looks like there's something whispering, making you hear other things and so on. Go ahead.
Shelton, the streets are silent.
There is a bolum where you are, and you need to find it and dispose of it. So go ahead again.
Yeah, we know where the bolum is.
Okay.
We don't dispose of it already.
Maniplicadi.
Réaliser, Danny dit, yo ka compter vote north, east, et puis west. Mais là, vous faites pied sud. Nous ka pèse vote. So nous reconnaissons tout ça qu'il faut faire. Let me tell you, 2 weeks later, I am still unable to effectively describe the impact Mr. Butcher had on me while I watched him. He did not have a book. He did not have a script. He had no files, and he just rattled off the podium there. Like a certain guy on a talk show when he starts to rattle off and just rattles off intelligently. This is what the young people are looking for. This is what the young people need. Danny is a passionate person because he's been practicing it in his church. Okay? So we know what we are getting into when we are going to go out and vote for Danny. Enfin, Danny is going to même couille. OK? Toutes belles la carine toutes les parce que nous savons nous ka voter by Danny. Shelton, another very serious issue. Those cows on the road. Whilst we know drivers have to be alert and expect the unexpected, especially considering they know in the region there are cows. Where is the responsibility of the owner of the cows?
Honestly, the authorities need to step in, because it's only when, I don't think they'll go wholesale shooting cows, but they have to put down a couple of them just to send out a message, because the moment police shoot it and it's dead, anybody can take. You understand? But if you see you hit it and it has not yet been dispatched by police or something, and you touch even a hair of it still, you'll be charged for stealing, you know? But, you know, they need to put down a couple of those animals so that the people responsible. And the other thing too, set up a pound. I know it's a large thing for cows, but find an area and set up a place to impound those animals, and to impound them in a manner that people can't come and take them. Because you do that and in the night they come and they take their cows and they go away, you know, like nothing happened and so on. Set up a pound, put surveillance. When they come to try to make off with it, you arrest them, because that's not your property at this point. You can't just come and take it without paying whatever you need to pay or giving whatever. And this thing has been going on for too long. Now, I think it was a serious problem in Viewfort at one time. I think they have pretty much gotten it under better control in the south. But up in the Shock area, I mean, Lord, this is just...
Shelton, let me interrupt you there. They don't get it under better control in Dakota.
What's that?
Do you know what happened to the cow? Do you know what happened to the cows in Dakota?
Yeah, what happened?
DSH. The areas where the cows used to graze peacefully was leased to a foreigner for 99 cents or $1 per year for 99 years. So that problem ceases to exist, and the cattle farmers cannot get paid up till now because the cows wandered away.
Oh, that's what happened.
That is what happened to the cows.
And then the meat processing plant that they were supposed to have there, which would have provided the farmers with an outlet, a better, area where they could, do something, maybe fence their cows in some paddock or something, and then they can feed them forage, whatever, so that they can grow faster and then sell them at a decent price to meat processing. Just look at all the shenanigans that went on with meat processing or abattoir and so on,
All of the nonsense that the man did to view forth, all of the nonsense he planned to do to view forth, all of that particle still exists today unless this current government is able to get an agreement from that foreigner to give us back our land.
It's not only cows that have been affected, you know what happened with Terran Shalmai and his rabbit production farm and so on. That's another person who was badly affected by this thing,
Okay. Now, it's not just the rabbits and the cows. It's also people who own houses and land in that region who are impacted. But the sad thing about all of this, Shelton, not 1/3 of people are aware of how badly they are impacted. And we thank God for the day, 26 July 2021. So we are hoping that as a result of whatever negotiations are ongoing, these people will get back their land. Because if Shafley comes back into power, these people will see that they don't own their land despite having paid mortgages and all of that on it. Because most of the lands on which they are belongs to Teotihuacan by virtue of that DSH lease. And they stand up on a Sunday night and they talk about what Mr. is not doing, has done, wicked. No, the egregious stuff we are still reeling from. And we need them to be honest about it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Cows are, as we humans would say, dumb animals. They don't have the intelligence, so we can't feel upset with them. They will do whatever provides the easiest and best route to food and water and basking or whatever else they do. The shock area is ideal. There are areas with a lot of vegetation. Yes, it's an urbanized area, heavy traffic flow. There is the beach where they go, they relax, they maybe get a little salt lick and so on, because animals, the little sodium thing, it encourages them to drink water, step back across. They will plunder the flowers and the ornamentals, of the Massey and all these areas, JQ and the Sajiko people do. It's not the cows. We need to have a more modern and more scientific way of raising livestock and not depending on free-range grazing that the animals will just wander about and feed on whatever they can get, which, like I said, can be people's hedges and flower gardens and ornamentals and the roundabout, that you go through such pains, to manicure and to, a roundabout and to keep the place well kept. And a cow will just come and will eat up everything. So you find it impossible. So we need to have a way where people can keep those animals and rear those animals in a more scientific way, in a more organized way, so that they don't do that. But at the same time, drivers continue to be careful on the road. Watch out for yourself. Your vehicle will be horrendously damaged in a full-on collision with a cow. And it was heartbreaking to see an animal legs broken under it, trying to drag itself, the suffering of the animal. I do hope that it was put down, very quickly after that, or whatever was done, because, I just don't like to see, because apart from all of that nuisance that they can be, cows are peaceful animals, you know. They're not animals that have this predatory thing where they will attack you and chase you and this kind of thing. But anyway, we have a call on the line. Hello.
Good afternoon, Sheldon.
Hi, good afternoon to you.
How are you doing?
Doing okay, and you?
I am okay by God's grace. Do you know why they want to ring the bell? They want to ring the bell because they are tired and they need to go and rest. But let them continue to work still. They have to work. They have work to be done. Let them work. The Prime Minister will ring the bell when he is ready, not before he is ready.
Correct.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Thanks a
Shelton,
lot.
I'm just reading some good news there. We have another call?
We have a call on the line? Not yet, go ahead.
The Prime Minister has just re-engaged the QAT fund.
Okay.
And they are commencing work on the Grosley Highway.
Okay.
So it's going to start from the Moshi Gap to Cap Estate.
Okay.
And at present, there's work going on the Bypass Road, Viesikwe, Norbe Road, to widen it and
I
make
saw
it.
that.
Right.
Because I was heading up north one of the days, Friday or whatever, and I had to turn back.
Yes.
Because I didn't realize that they would be working on the Viesikwe. And when I reached there and the road was blocked, I just turned to Asu Canal and I just...
Right. So what these guys squandered, the leader of the opposition on his side, you got a project already signed, sealed, about to be delivered, and you squash that. That's the correct, I'm using that word, squash. You mash that up, you tow it up, to come and go and do nonsense on the highway. But Philip J. Pierre, the leader that he is, he has re-engaged.
The highway by him in the place where the sidewalks are about 2 feet above the level of the road. Nobody can access it and so on. It's a whole messy situation. The little turn
they didn't know. One day they have the roundabout there, next day they put it there, next day they put it. These fellows were just squandering and wasting money. Well, somebody was making a ton of money on that.
Yeah, well,
nonsense. We have a call. Let's take that call.
Well, you have to realize that the main man behind it all, his name is Alan Kwazi. We have a call on the line. Real issues here on the air. Hello. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
If somebody got to ask me for one thing, why the populace of St. Lucia should vote against the UWP and the Alan Shastney party, the one thing is the decision that was taken for the, Desert Star Holdings.
DSH.
The implications that decision had in terms of marginalizing the people of Beaufort and marginalizing the farmers. And the cost, as you said, what's his name there, the Shalmayan and the monies he lost as a result of the dismantling of the Abattoir. I lost money too. Okay. I grew in some areas in Canaries there, many goats in preparation for that abattoir when it became operable. I never said anything. I grew a lot of rabbits too, because in the advertisement they said the thing would take how many rabbits a month. So I was ciphering in my head, if on my retirement, I could have sold rabbits, I could have sold goats to the abattoir. So if any person were to ask me, as a voter in St. Lucia, one of the things why the populace of St. Lucia should not put the UWP back in power, that thing has to do with that decision. Because don't tell me a government just assumed power and they receive in the backlog of the previous government a proposal to do the conditions under which these things. When the election bell is rung, you have an opportunity to remind St. Lucians of these things, because people don't finish deciphering their minds the implications of that had to do in terms of a number of different things economically and otherwise going forward. Thank you very much, my friend.
All right, thank you very much for that. I have a message here where someone said about the West Coast Road, that they said that's another place that's making the West Coast Road project seems to be that's the cul-de-sac to Soufrière. it seems to be making a much better progress. There's a lot of less complaints than there was about the Millennium Highway, which now seems to be, the motoring section of it seems to have been completed. Seems to be a job that appears fairly well done. I think they continue to do the ancillary works of sidewalks and those sorts of things. But I don't think anyone is in a mood to celebrate. That simply took too long. 6 years for that length of road, and like I said, it wasn't virgin road. You didn't have to cut fresh into slopes and this kind of thing. It really took too long. That's why I called it the Forever Road. But I look forward to it being completed into a section of road worthy of being named after our Olympic hero, Julian Alfred.
Yes.
Yeah, so that it will in fact end up being named, as is the plan, the Julian Alfred Highway. We have a call on the line. Real Issues, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon, sir. And how do you do?
Long time no hear from you.
But I listen every day, man. I give everybody a chance.
Okay. What's on your mind
and
today?
Mr. Fellow, how do you do?
I'm all right, thanks.
Oh, that's good. You're doing a great job, Mr. Fellow.
Thank you.
I'm not doing a great job.
No, but you're still. We're not talking about you.
I'm still. That's what you said.
You are still. You are used to us.
I'm still. You actually said that.
Yeah, you're used to.
Go ahead. Talk to Fenelon. No. Go ahead. Talk to Mr. Fenelon. Talk to Mr. Fenelon. Mavlenia hier pour faire pour encore. Mahala Joe. La même.
Mr. Fellow is fresh legs.
Okay, parlez by Fenelon. Motier comment ça?
I need to ask, who permitted Kakal to build that field there, and at whose cost?
I thought it was you. I hear you have land in that area and all that.
Honestly, but anyway, if it was my land, you think you'd have built something on it? If I had given it to the parish and Kakal would have come and built on it, I would have stopped it.
You'd have take it back from the parish?
Yes, man. It is something with the UWP members of parliament, or those who believe in UWP, who follow UWP. They have that lawless attitude in them. They are entitled to do anything at all. I mean, you are not even a member of opposition. How you end up going to build a field? Constituencies that are much bigger than Grace have only one field. Why you want two? So when you go and build the field over there, you think you will put Musa out? Quand il donne for me, my dear, you can pay voir you. Have a good day, people.
All right.
Thank you very much. 4879849. You can WhatsApp call us on that. We're rapidly running out of time. We'll have to wind it up very soon. So make the most of the best of the couple of minutes that we have left going. And 4879849. WhatsApp call us, and you can call us on the landline 4533-911.
Shelton, I said if the Flubbers are eating themselves because the Prime Minister has re-engaged the curators and now the loan has come through. So they said, somewhat only now, but of course, but you all matched it up. We had to go back and sit with the curators because they were angry. All right, we have a call.
You're on the air, caller. Go ahead.
Mr. Sheldon Daniel.
Yeah, forward luck in Novello.
Mr. Sheldon Daniel.
Oui, forward
good afternoon.
Bon après-midi pour.
Yes, après papa bon Dieu forward la. Good afternoon, bien sûr. Il a pour.
All right, bon après-midi.
Oui, so,
yes.
Je vous remercie tous qui viennent faire nous comprendre. Mais ça m'a déplié mes les mains ouvertes. C'est mon manière rouge là, c'est jeune gens qui parlent là. Ça fait mon plaisir. Et que demandé papa bon Dieu pour y aller quand il aller. Quand bon Dieu voulait il a quand il aller. Pour nous toutes vivre, mais nous toutes vivre avec on a l'autre. Papa bon Dieu n'a couillé. Pas une, pas deux, pas trois, pas quatre. For the nation, parce que là après Dieu n'a couillé prière pour nation, en whole la terre. Papa, pas une, pas deux, pas trois, bah nous toutes. This for the nation, me ka prier. Mr. Sheldon Daniel, moi ni de l'on, moi frère me ka terre ciment ça. Frère moi ka tiré gros frère moi. So, ramade papa bon Dieu pour nous toute force. Mais moi voulais aller. Ma ça me prend cher ou moi puis mener moi. Parce que moi voulais frère moi. Là il ka tiré. Mr. Sheldon Daniel tout le monde qui attend voir moi. Forward là, on commandé pour lui mili. Il a toujours papa ni là. Merci Mr. Sheldon Daniel pour caution. C'est tout ça le parti tout le monde qui a dans parti. Now is that good luck tout le monde.
OK, forward là et puis moi si vous dat nous ka sympathie pour aso la mon frère et puis pour ça joindre toute consolation et chebe fort comme nous savons toujours qu'a faire. All right, Shastney never paid Cayman City $25 million. That is an untruth. It was the SLP government who paid Cayman City that money. PJP was able to pay this obligated contractual arrangement Shastney put in place for Cayman City. PJP, with his steady hand with the finances of the country, full following that payment. Left up to Shastney, Cayman City would not get a damn cent because he already broke-assed the country. Oh my goodness me. I tell you, some of our people are absolutely merciless, you know. But Terry, we have just a couple minutes, so yes. I don't know if you want to do a wrap-up. Yeah?
Well, yes, some people, as I told you, eating themselves under the post with the QAT-funded Fallen Highway coming up again. It took some time to renegotiate because the reckless guy got a done deal, you know, signed, sealed, and about to be delivered. And it took it, he and his sidekick, you know, the Prime Minister's Prime Minister, he and his sidekick, they tore it up because I guess they couldn't get their contract or whatever. The QATs are strict. You don't mess around. That's their money. You have to, there must be competitive bidding. People didn't like that. So it's back on stream. It is not only now. The Prime Minister has been working from day one. And we will not stop working. We will continue to work even a day before election. We will not be giving people direct awards for $70 million a few days before election. You know, we're not reckless and irresponsible like these guys. We're going to do what is right for the country. And work does not stop. We have a 5-year contract with you. We are going to fulfill that. We're going to be working until the day before general elections, because that's our mandate. We have to work in your interest. We are going to be putting you first.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Terry Fenelon. And I think with that, we can wrap up the real issues for today, for the start of the week. I think we're off on a very good footing, on a very strong one. So we can be, how you put that, confident, optimistic that the rest of the week is going to go well. All right, we know the rains, what they have done on the weekend, and we can expect that from time to time we'll have them. We are, after all, in the hurricane season. One of the most active months of the hurricane season is always the month of August. So continue to be prepared, continue to take all kinds of precautions, and listen to the bulletins, and don't get into arguments about whether it's NEMO or the Met Office that should be issuing the weather forecast and so on are the remit of the Met Office, but we know that they operate within an integrated emergency response collective. That's NEMO, the Met Office, the Red Cross, and you name all of them and so on. So continue making it your business. NEMO can't come to you individually for spoon and feed you weather information and weather bullet. You have to be responsible, and whether you don't own a radio, it's on everybody's phone that you can get those updates and so on. Stay abreast of them. Don't allow the fact that things have been relatively quiet to cause you to become complacent. Enjoy the rest of your Monday and the rest of your week safely. Tomorrow, same time from 12:30 until 2 p.m. on Real FM Radio, MBC Television, Facebook, and YouTube Live, where we'll once again have The Real Issues, powered by Blue Waters. Shelton Daniel for Terry Fenelon, signing out.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
McDowell supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene of vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles,